This is 30 minutes, a little bit of full body weights. Bring weights, what you have at home. We're not going super heavy today. We're gonna do a little bit of a superset. We got 30 minutes to cover upper, lower body, a little bit of core stretch, done. Subscribe to the channel to get notifications of live class. If you've got a kettlebell or some dumbbells, that is appropriate. I'm gonna give you modifications. I'm a physical therapist as well as a strength coach. So I will try to give you guys some injury prevention tips as well. This is just a quick circuit. So if you've got 30 minutes and you wanna get some strength in, you are an active adult, runner, cyclist, whatever, you just need some more strength in your life, join me. Okay, so let's get started off in standing. We're gonna do a little bit of an active warm up and then we'll get to the weights. Let's just warm up our body, just kind of getting things loosened up a little bit. And then we'll get into it. Again, we're gonna start off standing, warm up, and then get into our main set, full body weights today. You can do this without weights, but I highly suggest you grab some weights. All right, so come to the back of your mat. Let's just do a quick little warm up here. Root your feet into the ground, just getting in touch with our body, loosening everything up, seeing how everything is feeling. Reach to the sky, get a nice long inhale. Reach, get some length in your spine. And then exhale, forward fold, bring your arms all the way down. Let's just go through a quick little easy yoga warm up just to get things moving. Hold it here for one breath. Knees are soft. Stretching out the back. On your next inhale, halfway lift, flat back, stretch out the hamstrings, straighten up those knees, stretch those hammies. Take one breath here. And then inhale, roll it back up. Inhale, reach to the sky. Lengthening. Crown of the head to the ceiling. Think about that nice tall spine, tall posture. Inhale, reach, lengthen. And let's exhale, forward fold again. And just shake it out. Knees are soft. Just getting our back warmed up. We do have some squats, we do have some deadlifts, we have some upper body as well. Inhale, halfway lift. Flat back, hold it here. Straighten out your legs, get a nice stretch in your hamstrings. Exhale, roll it back up. One more time, inhale, reach to the sky. We're gonna add on, exhale, forward fold, halfway lift, flat back. We're gonna move into a plank. Bring your hands down, step back into plank, get those shoulders warmed up, hold it here, push away from the mat, spread your fingers wide, strong shoulders. One breath. And then exhale, bring your knees down. Slowly lower elbows close to your sides. Uncurl your toes. Let's get into this last little bit. Spine extension, baby cobra coming up. Pull the shoulder blades down your back. Engage those lats. Hold it here. One breath. Exhale back down. Uncurl your toes. Push yourself back. Downward facing dog. Let's move on. Let's pedal the feet. Give your calf and ankles a nice little stretch. We're gonna finish out our warm up with a little bit of our inchworms, walking out into plank. That's gonna warm up our hips, our shoulders, our back. Walk your hands back to your feet, come to the back of your mat. Let's finish the warm up. So coming to the back of your mat, bring your feet nice and wide, give yourself some space, right? We wanna warm up those hips before we get into our squats. So I'm gonna step pretty wide, reach to the sky, and then I'm gonna come down into this nice deep squat. So give your hips some space, bring the feet nice and wide, and then you're just gonna walk out into plank. That's it. Now, if you want to add on, you're just gonna go back and forth at your own pace. If you want to add on a little push-up, get a little bit of extra upper body in, add that push-up in at the end, optional. But a push-up, if you don't have weights, one of the easiest ways to get in some upper body strength, right? You don't need anything, just your body weight, push up. You can do bent knees, whatever, or you can just hold the plank. So let's just do a few of these just to finish out our warm-up, get that upper body going a little bit. And then again, if you have kettlebells or weights, either will work. I will show you options. We're gonna start off with a squat, and then we're gonna get into a little bit of superset. So we're gonna squat lower body with our upper body, and then we're gonna do deadlift as well. Supersetting in some upper body moves, finishing with a little bit of core. That's it for today. Let's do two more just like this. Walking out, should be feeling pretty warmed up. One more time, if you wanna add that push-up, go for it. Add at least one. I always say, try one, right? Okay. Let's grab our weight. So again, if you've got a dumbbell, kettlebell, either is gonna work for this. We're gonna start off with a basic squat. Now you have options for Depends on what you have. We're doing circuit style, so this is going to be higher reps, lighter weights, right? So find your stance. Everyone's squat's gonna look different. If you've got tight hips, you might need to go wider with your squat. Again, I'm gonna do my back squat. I'm gonna give you a side view here. Weights at sides, pull the shoulders down your back. Again, keeping that back nice and stable, supported, abs are braced. Engage those lats. When I say squeeze back, open the chest. Let's start with the high reps, right? So again, for most of us doing these circuits, especially if we're doing these at home, we don't have super heavy weights. So we wanna get the most out of this workout. We're gonna have to go a little bit higher in the rep count, right? This is not gonna be your heavy workout with your slow or your short reps. So 12 to 15 reps, probably, 3 rounds. Now, if you've only got a kettlebell, you can also hold the weights here at your chest. I'll use the kettlebell in my next round. So again, got lots of options for those dumbbells. Wherever you feel comfortable, like you can get some nice depth to your squat and maintain that full foot contact, right? Let's do a few more. Whichever position is working for you, eyes are forward, chest is back, abs are braced, sinking back into my heels. My entire foot is planted, connected. 2 more. Again, you're going for higher reps. And then rest. We're gonna superset that with our row. So if you've got one weight, you can do your bent over row. You can also do your gorilla row. So we're gonna do each arm. Again, gorilla is gonna be here. A little bit more abs bracing. I'm gonna stick with the gorilla row today. But if that doesn't feel great on your back, you can also come here. Some of that's gonna depend on your weights as well. Again, higher reps. So superset, meaning we're going back and forth. We're gonna do squat, row, then we have our deadlift next. We're gonna add in some chest. Switch sides. Being mindful when I'm in this gorilla row position, I'm keeping my back flat, my abs are engaged. If this doesn't feel great on your back, use that bent over row position and stabilize with your other hand. So we're gonna finish this first one. I'm gonna grab my kettlebell so you can just see an option. 3 rounds. That's our superset for today. Squat, row. All right, I'm gonna grab the kettlebells. You can continue with whatever you have. Go as heavy as you can, right? And if you need to swap out for your upper body, lower body, grab a heavier weight, right? Or lighter for your upper body. So I'm gonna do my goblet squat here. Again, shoulders are back, pull the shoulder blades down, my back, engage, sinking back into my squat. Go for depth. So if you don't have your heaviest weights at home, challenge yourself differently. So you could change with the tempo, right? So you could go a little bit faster. Maybe you just do more reps, right? You're trying to get enough volume in because you don't have super heavy. So you gotta go 12, 15 reps. Maybe you just focus on going deeper in your squat today, right? Watching your form more, bracing with your core. You got a lot of things to work with, right? So every workout can be really maximized. Depends what you have, right? So I got my lighter weights, so I'm going higher reps. And I'm going maybe a little bit deeper, maybe a little bit faster than I would with my heavier weights. Last 2. And then again, I got my row. I can do my gorilla row. I'm gonna do my bent over row. Dumbbells or kettlebells, pulling that lawnmower, keeping that elbow close to my side, get both sides in, superset. We've got one more set, then we're moving on. Right, the nice thing about this type of a workout is not my heaviest weights ever, but we're gonna add a little bit of speed, still watching my form. And we're adding, making it a little bit more metabolic, right? When we add the speed to this workout, so it's less about that heavy, slow, long rest. Not a lot of rest here, right? As you can tell. So more metabolic doesn't mean it's better, doesn't mean every workout should be a circuit like this, or fast, or supersets, but that's today. That's this class. So if you like this type of workout, subscribe to the channel, join me every week. Or check my playlist for more just like this. Last few, then we're gonna get into our last round, right? Squats, superset with rows. I'm gonna go back to those dumbbells. I'm feeling the dumbbells today. It depends on my mood, but I like my dumbbells today. Back squat, feet are planted, eyes forward, shoulders back, abs are braced, sink back into my squat. Again, arms position, some of this is gonna be dictated by your body, what feels comfortable for you. what helps you get the depth of your squat. Again, you can have the weights at your chest, on the shoulders, got lots of options here. Last one. Then we're gonna move into that hinge pattern. So again, if I've got my fundamental full body strength, I wanna get a little bit of push, a little bit of pull, a little bit of hinge, a little bit of squat, core, right? Finishing with core. Last few. And then my row, bent over row. So next up, we've got our deadlift pattern, our hinge. Both of these are important. Focus on your form first. If you're not confident with your deadlift, we're doing an RDL style, typically a little bit easier on the back, hinging at the hips. This is about your hips going back, not just your back leaning forward, right? So perfect that hinge. As a physical therapist, I cannot emphasize enough. Don't be afraid of the deadlift. You need to hinge and lean over things in life. So perfect it here. Let's practice. Use your light weight. Use no weight to start. Last few. So we're gonna get into that hinge pattern. RDL is your Romanian deadlift. So that's the style that we're gonna do today. A little bit more glutes and hamstrings focused, right? So get your weights. You can have your kettlebell weights, it doesn't matter. Weights are gonna be close to my shins as I lower them. I'm aiming for my midfoot. My RDL is gonna stop my weights at the shin, mid-shin. So I'm gonna start by hinging my hips back. Knees are bending here. Back up, squeeze, use your butt. Pull the shoulder blades down your back. Eyes looking a little bit at the horizon or below. Tucking the chin. Here's my stopping point. Squeeze my glutes to come up. Push away from the floor. Notice the weights are close to my shin, not far away. My arms are locked. Levers straight underneath my armpit. Let the weights fall as the hips go back. Glutes, hamstrings, emphasis. Back is working, but not primarily. Back up. So we're gonna superset this with a press. So you can do a military press or an overhead press, or if you want to go down to the floor and do a chest press, that's okay. I'm gonna do a military press first so you can see it. Again, change the weights. So if you've got heavy and light weights, maybe you go lighter for the military press. Maybe go heavier for your deadlift. Hinge, hips go back. Exhale, push away from the floor. One more. And up. Military press. Got lots of options here, right? So depending on what weights you have, I'm gonna do one with the one kettlebell next, just to show you some ideas. So again, you've got lots of options, depends on the health of your shoulder. If this does not feel great on your shoulders, go down to the floor and do a chest press. I'll show you that last, just to give you guys some options, right? So again, gonna depend on what you have weights-wise. Stay nice and planted. Your shoulders are different than mine probably, so you gotta just listen to your shoulders, right? What's gonna feel right for you? Last few here, we're gonna get into that hinge. I'm gonna grab my kettlebell for the next set so I can show you guys just that overhead press with the kettlebell. In case you only have one weight, you got options. Take breaks whenever you need to, right? If you're like, my shoulders are fatiguing, take a break. One more. Abs are braced. All right, back to that hinge pattern. I'm gonna grab my kettlebell just to give you guys some ideas. Again, when I grab that kettlebell, I need you guys to pull the shoulders back. I don't want this, right? That's gonna wreck your back. So my back is nice and flat. I'm engaging my lats. I'm still aiming for that mid shin, right? And I'm squeezing the shoulder blades back. The weight is coming right down the front, literally scraping down my shin, aiming for that midfoot. Engaging my glutes. Squeeze to push you away. Actively squeeze your glutes. I'm gripping the kettlebell. So if you guys have a kettlebell, I want you to imagine you're trying to pull the bell apart. So that's what I'll teach when I'm teaching kettlebell or coaching other people. Pull the bell apart with your hands. That's gonna create that lat, that back engaged. So really imagine you're trying to literally break the bell in half with your hands. Squeeze those shoulder blades back, pull the arms back. That's the position you wanna be holding for this move. Last few, and then I'm going to show you that overhead press with a kettlebell. Again, be creative. So if you've only got stuff at home, this is for you. It's for all my people who like, I got a 10 pound, I got a 15 pound, whatever, right? You can still be productive. You may have to do more sets. You may have to do more reps. You can absolutely get stronger and more muscle with the lighter weights. You just have to do more. And eventually, like I would tell anybody else, you probably need to buy more weights. So there is a reality. You can't just do 1,000 reps and sets. I mean, maybe you could, but I can't. So eventually you might want to consider getting more weights. I have links in the show notes of all my classes to places to buy heavier weights, kettlebells, etc. Might be worth investing, right? If you're starting to feel like, hey, I could do this really easily, get heavier weights eventually. You probably need to. Build out your home gym. Last few. All right, last set of our kettlebell or deadlift or dumbbell, whatever. I'll show you the bench or the chest press on the floor version last. Again, the main focus of these full body workouts is efficiency. So we're supersetting. We're going back and forth because it saves us time. My shoulders can rest while my glutes work. My squat, my quads, my legs work, and then my back, right? Supersetting, so it saves you time. It's also more metabolic, meaning more fat burning. Again, that's not gonna be every workout. We want some real strength to build real muscle, but there's value in these circuit style workouts. And also, if you only have light weights, this may be what you're doing right now. So you invest in heavier weights, not a problem. No excuses, right? Last few here, I'm gonna finish on the floor with my chest press. When you're done with your version, meet me on the floor, we're gonna finish with core. Squeezing that in. All right, so I'm gonna be on the floor. I'm gonna do my chest press on the floor. You could use a bench. Again, I'm assuming people don't have a ton of equipment with them at home. That's okay. Elbows at about 45-degree angle. Slight arching of my back, pull the shoulder blades down my back, bracing, and again, I'm coming into my press right over the sternum. Not super heavy. But this is often the easiest position. So if you are one of my patients coming back from an injury, upper body, shoulder, rotator cuff, chest, whatever, this position is probably going to be the easiest for you to start with for chest. Again, the floor is going to limit how deep you go. So it's another way to kind of add that safety in, right? You're not going to be off the bench stressing out your shoulder. My guys and gals with the shoulder issues or rotator cuff or whatever. Last few here. If you're standing doing your chest work or your shoulder work, meet me on the floor. Let's finish with core work last. Why? Because I love core work. Join me Fridays for my live core class if you want more core. All right, finishing with that. So if you've got the weights, let's keep holding. 1 here. This is just going to increase our core work. I want you to start with your head lifted. Now, if your head is getting fatigued, you can bring it back down, but I want to start here and press your lower back down. Keep that down. Press your rib cage down. Tighten your abs, and then you're just going to march. If this feels easy, tap further away. Now, I want to remind you, there should be 0 space in that lower back crease. 0. So if there's even a millimeter of gap in that lower back, you need to shorten up the range to here. Now, if you feel really strong, you're like, my abs are locked into place, I got this, tap further away. We're gonna make this a little bit harder in a second, so don't get too confident. In 4, in 3, in 2, in 1, keep the legs up, press, press. If your neck is getting tired, you can lower the weight, have your hands behind your head. If you still got the weights and you're still with me, press up into that crunch, add the weights. If you want more defined abs, you have to do harder ab work. Also nutrition, obviously, but add some challenge to your core work, meaning add some weights. Last few here, and then we're gonna bring the head down. Don't worry, we're almost done. 3, 2, 1. Head comes down, arms stay up. Kick the legs down, back up. Squeeze and lower. Again, you go as low as you can while maintaining that lower back pressed down. Add that little extra reverse crunch, lower abdominals at the top. So add that little bit of squeeze lift, lower. Keep that lower back pressed down. Abs are tight. We are almost done. We're gonna finish this little core killer. This is a hard one today. With a little hollow body hold. So we're gonna lower the weights in a second. Lift, kick, 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 kick. Lift, 2 more. Lift, 1 more. And then you're gonna drop the weights. Put the weights at your sides, get ready, hollow body hold. We are almost done. Tuck your chin in. Bring your arms and legs up. We're gonna hold it here. Legs, arms, hold, lower back stays pressed down. This is 30 seconds. Press your lower back down. If this is too hard, bring your legs higher. If this is too easy, go lower. Tight, 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 tight. Keep holding. Almost done, I swear. Brace, tuck the chin in. Press the rib cage down. Keep holding. In 5, in 4, in 3, in 2, relax. Rock the knees side to side. Let's stretch. Let's cool down. Let's be done. Hug your knees into your chest. Stretch. I always finish with a little easy stretch. Little easy core, little easy stretch. Not easy, but core. Hug your right knee into your chest. Let's stretch it out. Stretch those hips out. Stretch the back. Roll the ankles and the toes around. Happy, healthy feet. This is your base of support. Get those feet moving, guys. We do not use our feet enough, right? We're just slap them in a shoe and just sit on them all day. Roll those toes around. Ankles. Roll that hip around. Again, sitting all day, and we wonder why our hips and our back are tight. Stretch. Move it out. That's my biggest PT tip. Walk more if you're sitting all day, right? Sitting is not great on the body. Open, bring that knee across your body. Find that position that just feels like a good stretch to you, right? Maybe higher, maybe lower. Just finding that angle that feels like a nice little stretch. Hold it here. Head goes wherever feels comfortable. Shake it out. Release any tension. Let it go. Inhale through the nose. Exhale it out through the mouth. Stretch into that lower back, into that hip, finding that position that just feels right for you. And then when you're ready, come back onto your back figure 4 stretch. Just like this, you can leave it here. You can reach through for thread the needle, whatever feels right. Again, if you need more stretching and more core work, join my live class, my core classes on Fridays, all levels, fairly advanced, but I do show modifications. Again, I'm gonna always show options for injury prevention, giving you guys my little PT tips along the way. And then when you're ready, unwrap that right leg, shake it out, hug that left knee into your chest, roll the hips around again, just getting some nice lubrication to those joints. Joints they stay healthy by being lubricated with movement. Move them around. Bring that knee across your body. Again, find that position that just feels like a good stretch for you, right? Glute, hip, lower back. Play with that angle that just feels right. Open that left arm out. Give your chest and shoulders a nice little stretch. You can absolutely get some good strength work done in under 30 minutes. That is the point of this class, right? Strength is beautiful that way. You do not need hours and hours to get results. Join me every week for live class. Check out my playlist for my replays and other full body workouts. Easy stuff you can do at home. Come back to center. Figure 4 stretch. Let's finish. We are almost done with class. Hold it here. Any other stretches that feel good, that your body needs, now is your chance to add them in. We are almost done with class. We're gonna finish in seated with that tall posture. Nice tall spine posture that we started off class with. And then that's it for today. Last breath here, roll the shoulders out, release any tension in the neck and the shoulders. Last breath, inhale through the nose, exhale out through the mouth. Unwrap that left leg. Windshield wiper the knees side to side, roll yourself onto your side and then into seated. Let's finish class. We are basically done. I want you to just take with you through the rest of your day this idea of this nice tall spine, good posture, right? Crown of the head to the ceiling, tuck the chin in. You want to be thinking ears over shoulders. That's it, right? It's not about perfect, just about being aligned, right? So if you're sitting at your desk, whatever, just that reminder, ears over shoulders, tucking that chin in. Inhale, reach to the sky. Tall spine. Exhale it out one more time. Inhale, reach. Tall spine, get tall. Exhale it out. That is it for today. Thank you guys for coming. I hope you got something good out of class. Join me every week live. I'll see you guys next time.